Hello everyone, I'm Minaw and this is the Minaw Podcast. The Minaw Podcast is a passion project in which I talk about topics on personal development. Grabe, simula pa lang hinihingal na ako. But anyways, today, let's go and discuss what is the pressure's role in personal development. When we talk about pressure, I don't know. I think for me, it has been demonized. Yeah, I'm using that term. It has been demonized by most of us, including me. Kapag nakarinig tayo ng pressure, it's almost as if the word is negative in itself. Ayan, di ba? Like it does nothing good. Ayan. So some people would think pressure is like that. Like sobrang nakaka-pressure naman. Yun yung mga usual nating responses. So we have been demonizing pressure for some time now. Without really understanding some, di ba, of its powerful uses in terms of personal development. So pressure is not the negative thing itself. Yan. I think how we respond to pressure is when negative things happen. We have to remove pressure, accountability, transfer the accountability to ourselves. I'll give you an example as to why our responses are what's causing the negative things because of pressure. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I had a relationship. And if someone's listening right now that is close to me, alam niyo to. I had a relationship before, and this woman, may master's degree. Yeah, I don't know right now kung natapos niya na, but I think she's still taking up her doctorate degree. And so I felt pressure. Yan. I felt pressure with that. And what happened was that I took up a master's degree as well. Nag-master's degree din ako. And then, yeah, I spent a lot of time and money sa master's degree na yun. Spent 2 years. And then, I think a total of 100,000 plus of tuition fees. Because it's tri-semester, so medyo mas frequent yung pagbabayad mo ng tuition fee. Yeah, I was pressured, and I think it's also a good thing for me na mag master's degree para I am keeping up. She did not mention it. Diba? Don't get me wrong. It's not her fault. She did not tell me directly na, uy, master's degree ka naman, may master's degree ako eh. She did not tell me any of those things. But I did to myself. And that's how I responded to the pressure. Along the way, we have broken up. I lost interest taking up the master's degree or continuing or finishing the master's degree. Mind you, I'm actually at the last part of my master's degree. Natapos ko na yung comprehensive exam. Natapos ko na yung first part of the defense. Final defense na ako. I have the data. Analyze na lang. Naghiwalay kami. Nawalan ako ng gana. For some reason. Like, most people would actually just finish it kasi sayang yung panahon. Sayang yung nagastos na pera. But ako, I lost interest. Like 100%. Kumbaga sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, para saan pa? And then, looking back, I realized it was my response to that pressure. It was my response to that pressure. And sometimes, our poor response towards pressure, makes us do a lot of things which is wrong. And so, from then, I realized, hindi ko pala siya ginagawa para sa akin. Imagine, I spent 2 years and lots of money studying, only to find out when we break up, I'm not doing it for me. So it took me 2 years in a breakup to realize it was my poor response against pressure or towards pressure. I wasted time and money. Hindi ko pala gusto yung ginagawa ko. I know it deep inside, pero I'm just ignoring it because I thought it was required. Diba? Pressure, required. Always remember, pag nakakaramdam ka na ng pressure and then you're about to make a decision, pay attention as to the reasons of that decision. Another example of poor responses sa pressure that we may regret in the long term, allowing ourselves to be dictated to what other people wants us to be. Specific example, like maybe your parents, diba? Maybe your relatives, maybe the immediate people around you telling you, you should be like this, you should be like that. Ito dapat yung course mo, ito dapat yung gawin mo. I've seen a lot of friends going this path na they're doing it because people want them to do it. Then they end up really, really unsatisfied. Even if in that path, ang dami nilang na-achieve. All because hindi nila nagawa yung gusto nila. That's also a poor response against pressure. Pero 'di ba? It's really hard. It's really hard to go against what your parents are trying to tell you. What your parents want you to be. Ayan. So that's 2 examples already. But this one, it's a little bit different and probably, I think, yeah, some of you may disagree on this one. But I'm open to it. You can put your thoughts in the comments on this one. There's also a form of response to pressure. One of the pressures that we think is a pressure. Kasi for example, yung iba, ang dami nang narating sa buhay, ang dami nang napuntahang ibang bansa. Yung iba, may bahay na. Yung iba, may anak na. Yung iba, nag-asawa na. Yung iba, na-achieve niya na kung ano yung gusto niya ma-achieve. Ayan. Those kind of things. In order to comfort ourselves, we usually say to ourselves na, pressure lang yan, pero may kanya-kanya tayong timeline. Pressure lang yan, pero may kanya-kanya tayong timeline. Life is not a race, etc. Ganyan. So it's our, diba, probably coping or defense mechanism for that pressure, which I think it's a good response, no? Na, yeah, we will have our time, but I'm going to give you another perspective regarding this response towards pressure. I think there is a healthy amount of pressure we can impose to ourselves so that we can have more focus, we can have more accountability, we take ownership to our objectives, and so we start moving. I think that's a good response too. That's a good way of handling pressure. Diba? So instead of thinking pressure is always causing you to do negative things, pay attention to what you're doing and act accordingly to what the pressure is asking you to do. I think we could use pressure as a tool. We can use pressure to keep us focused. We could use pressure to practice ownership of our objectives. We could use pressure as a tool as well for having accountability, and it keeps us moving. Kasi kapag wala tayong pressure, usually we don't do much. Even though we hate deadlines so much, ayaw natin ng deadline kasi nga pressure pag may deadline. Pero it's efficient in schools, in workplaces. Deadlines are efficient because it keeps you moving. It keeps you doing the work. Merong iba na kinaklatch, di ba? Merong iba na, say for example, project, pasahan Friday, pero gagawin Thursday. Tama? Mukha siyang pangit. Pero, the important thing is, you're doing the job. It will affect quality and everything, but you're still doing it because there's this deadline, and the deadline act as the pressure tool. Ngayon, remove the deadline. Say for example, you have a project, you have an objective, but there's no deadline. You will find yourself not doing anything because you are telling yourself, I can do it some other time. Say for example, this will be much bigger examples. Your dreams. You're seeing examples of people doing it later and later in life, and then they're still successful doing it. Wala ka pang masyadong idea of a deadline, and you don't care about deadlines because, for one, it gives pressure. Second, you just don't know when, diba? But say for example, your dreams, aspirations in life, those things that do not really require deadlines, yun yung hindi mo magagawa kasi walang pressure towards it. There's nothing pushing you forward. I think that's also one thing we should avoid. Gusto pala nating maging rockstar, ayan. Gusto pala nating maging magaling na pintor. Gusto pala nating maging published author. But these things, these passion, these dreams, we don't usually put deadlines to them. They are not like work. They are not like school projects. Right? So we don't really put that in our to-do list sa araw na to na, uy, lagyan mo to ng deadline na. And so that's why, when these happen, we usually forget our dreams until it's too late. And that's why pressure is also a good tool for us pursuing our dreams. Because without it, we're not going to pursue it at all. And that's why, if you have a dream there, may gusto kang gawin, may gusto kang mangyari sa buhay mo, just write a reasonable timeline. Kanya-kanyang timeline, di ba? Life is not a race. Yeah, I agree. But add some pressure. This is a different perspective na you can consider. Kasi alam mo, may mga pangarap tayo, kahit sinasabi nila na kanya-kanyang timeline. May mga pangarap tayo na may mga limitasyon talaga. Na may oras na hindi mo na gaanong magagawa. Iba sa atin, nasa isang sitwasyon na limitado yung oras. Hindi lahat, kumbaga, hindi siya mag-work sa lahat ng status na sabihan mong kanya-kanyang timeline. There are people in different kinds of environment, in different kinds of statuses that will have real deadlines in their life into pursuing their dreams. Sa Pilipinas pa, di ba ang hirap ng buhay sa Pilipinas? Pag di mo binigyan ng deadline, nakalimutan mo na, and then bigla ka nang nagkapamilya, nagkaanak ka na, ang hirap-hirap na gawin ng passion mo. For some, di ba ang hirap-hirap na gawin? Ang hirap-hirap na magbanda, ang hirap-hirap na gawin ng passion kapag may pamilya na. Or kapag dumadami na yung role mo sa trabaho, yung task mo sa trabaho, ang hirap-hirap na gawin ng passion mo. But if nagkasakit ka, ang hirap-hirap na gawin ng passion. Kapag nagkasakit ka, if you are not able anymore, di ba? At least try to build a reasonable timeline as to when do you want these things to be achieved. And then handle frustrations, handle disappointments. Say for example, 2027, gusto mo nang maabot tong posisyon na to. O gusto mo nang I think, release an album or something. Like, for example, me. And then, just keep that in mind. That if it doesn't happen, diba, handle your disappointments and frustration properly. But the days and the years leading to that deadline, do something about it. Since you know you have this kind of deadline, the years, the months, the days that are leading towards it, you're going to do something. I swear. So put deadlines to your dreams. Not absolute deadlines. Diba? Just a draft, no, of a deadline. When do you want to be this kind of person? Diba? When you're able to do that, I swear, even if it's too far away, say for example 2 years, 3 years from now, but you have written it down, you have etched that inside your head, the days, the months, the years leading towards it, as long as you keep reminding yourself you have a deadline, you'll do something about it. Yeah, that's what I believe. So yeah, timeline, kanya-kanyang timeline, life is not a race. But consider this perspective. Put deadlines to your dreams. Not absolute deadlines, but reasonable deadlines. Then let's see what happens. That's it. See you in the next podcast.